we're going to talk about applying ivory to this key, which you do not want to do just with regular glue. So for example, if you were to use just regular PVC glue that you use on plastic, this ivory would absorb the wood and then it would curl. And then the other problem with that is ivory is a little bit translucent, and so you'd be able to see through, and it gives kind of a bluish sort of tint, and you can tell that it's not going to match the others. So let's actually, before we do, you can see what I'm talking about. Here's the keyboard in question. You can see it's pretty yellowed, but that's normal. So this key, you know, when I put it next to the others, it fits in quite well. But if I were to put it here, you can see that the color is slightly off. So that's why we use this linen little sheet that has glue like embedded into it. That's this. So not only does this little linen piece have the glue inside, but it also gives a nice white backing that gives the more the color, the not so translucent color that we're looking for. Okay. So first I'm going to cut this more to size. Looks like I need to take off a little bit. It's going to ooze out the sides anyway. So if I go a little bit more narrow, just slightly, then the width of the key, I won't have to, maybe a little bit more. That looks like a perfect match, but I'm going to go just take a little sliver off so it's slightly more narrow, just so that I'm sure that I don't have to deal with the linen when I file things clean later. Okay, then I'll check the front. I'll make that slightly less, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute here when we do it, the way it just all kind of oozes out everywhere. So where you can see like a little bit, we have a little bit of a reveal of the key there and there and there and there. That's okay because the glue just kind of gets everywhere. All right, next I'm going to work on this seam. You can steam that off, but you'll notice if I put this on here, there's a little bit of a black seam there. I'm also going to put a little bevel in this. So just a little bit. That just helps me to it to join together if it has a little bit of a bevel at just this side. We don't have to put the bevel all the way across, but just where it meets the tail right there. That looks good, where you can't really see daylight through. And then here I'll just kind of try to get rid of some of that black at the seam. Like I said, steam works too, and actually steam will work even on a set of keys that is all set. Just to kind of clean that black out a little bit. Okay. Now, take my little wafer, put it in there for 30 seconds. clamp it down, it slides a little bit, slides around, so I just want to make sure that it looks like this ivory is a little bit wider anyway, so that's fine. But yeah, you can see what I was talking about, that glue is kind of oozing out. But nonetheless, I clamped it down reasonably hard, but not crazy hard. I have gone too much, and that is actually one thing that I should mention. You do want to make sure that your surface that you're gluing to is pretty flat, pretty straight. You're not gonna run into any problems with unevenness. You do risk breaking the ivory piece. It's pretty brittle, but also well, it wouldn't be even and straight and flat. Okay, so now definitely not overdoing it on the clamping, but it's plenty clamped. Okay, now we're going to let that sit for about 30 to 60 minutes. Then we'll come back and just kind of file everything straight and flush. Just one last look, make sure we've got complete coverage. I think it looks good. Okay, so there, let's get one shot of that. You can see this glue is oozing out at the front, a little bit at the back there. And we've got our seam pretty good, pretty tight. And then I probably won't make a video of the next part. It's pretty standard. It's just filing it like you do any other key top, plastic or whatever. Just filing it smooth, making it look nice. So there it is. That's ivory.